In today's video, I'm going to touch on a subject that is extremely popular, all right? And I know I spoke about this probably in one of my first 10 videos. And I got some advice from some viewers that said, I know you speak about these topics, you have before, but can you please do a new video because people don't want to search through 500 videos to find. And I get that. I need to start, reopening topics that are very popular and doing videos on them again, okay? And this particular topic, what I'm about to share with you is 100% my opinion, okay? This is not medical advice because I'm not a trained medical professional. I'm not an expert in the addiction field, but I have lived through it. And if it was me, this is what my opinion is on the subject. Now, when I'm asked, what's the best way to go about doing this? Getting clean off opiates. Should I taper or should I go cold turkey? And in the perfect world is a taper, all right? Because when you taper, you're able to lower your dosage over over a long period of time. And it allows your body to slowly drop its tolerance, which causes you to have less of withdrawal symptoms. So that is the ideal thing, is to be able to slowly come off, dropping your dosage slowly and not suffer so crazy of a withdrawal. Now, is this reality for most people? Not a chance. Can you do it? Maybe. There are people I talk to every day that taper. So don't jump down my throat and say, you're giving bad advice. What I'm saying is that the majority of people cannot do it. Should you start out and try it? Yes. That is the first way you should go about it, is try to taper. All right. I tried it. Now I'm going to share with you guys something. I tried to do a taper in 2007-ish. Okay. At that point, I was at like 300 milligrams a day of oxycodone, which is, and at that time I was mixing Oxycontin OC80s and Roxicets. But I remember the taper, and at that time, I tapered with Roxicets. So 300 milligrams is 10 Roxicets. And what I had planned out, I actually went out and bought one of those pill separators, or like Monday through Sunday. And I split up the pills in that. And I was only going to take 5 pills a day. So I dropped my dosage in half right away. Went from 10 to 5. This lasted 2 hours. Okay? Now, when you're an addict like I am, I mean, obviously I'm in recovery, but the addict that lives inside me is balls to the wall non-stop. Okay? I'm like that with pretty much anything. But with pills and opiates, it was obviously a bad thing. Now, what happened was I lasted 2 hours. That full 2 hours into the taper, I had anxiety. The whole time I'm thinking, shit, what am I doing here? I don't feel good. Why did I even take those pills? This is stupid. I just wasted the money on those pills. I'm not even gonna get high. I'm just gonna prolong all this bullshit. I don't want to do this. And Negative Nancy started seeping through my pores. So what I did was I ended up taking 15 that day, because I said, hell with it. I can't do this. I can't do it. So I learned very quickly that in my mind, in my head, a taper was not going to happen, because having pills in my possession at that time, with the mindset that I had, if they were out, I didn't like seeing them. I wanted them in my system, if that makes sense. I could never hold on to pills. I was never the type to, even if I had like maybe 4 left and I knew that I couldn't get anything tomorrow, I would tell myself when I picked up or whatever and I left, I didn't use the last 4, I would look at them and I'd say, you know what, I'm going to save these for tomorrow. So I'm not sick tomorrow. And an hour later, I do them. That's the way I was. So no matter what, I was sick. I could never make things last, because it was always, if it's there, I need to take it. Okay? So a taper program, if you're like that, a taper program will not work. It just won't. Because you have the mentality of seeing it, you need to have it in you. You feel like you're going to you're wasting. It's just, I don't know what it is about certain people can't do it. A majority of addicts can't do it, but if you're that type of addict like I was, just having them in your possession, it just wasn't going to happen. So, most people need to do a cold turkey. Okay, that's just my opinion and what I have experienced over the past 6 years, speaking with other addicts and people that have found recovery, is that majority of them start with a taper, and you need to start with a taper, because if you're successful at a taper, you are going to be so much better off, so much less pain. You're still going to go through shit. I mean, you're still not going to feel well, but it's not going to be as bad as going cold turkey. Speaking from experience, I went from 560 milligrams a day of oxy to nothing, and that was hell. Okay, and that's not even anything compared to some people that I've spoken. You guys wouldn't even believe the milligrams amounts. Some people, I just didn't even believe them when they told me. And then you start to have a conversation with people, you get to know them a little bit, and you're like, damn, they're really doing that shit. I mean, when the pill mills were around, I'm not messing with you guys. People were doing over 1,000, 2,000 milligrams of oxy a day. A day. That's what their tolerance was. So, imagine going from that to nothing. All right. I mean, that's just borderline insane. And of course, there's people that are going from, like over 200 milligrams of methadone a day to nothing. And people do it. I mean, more power to them. I mean, that's some willpower, but it's possible. I can't tell you how many people I've known that have gone from over 100, 150, 200 milligrams of methadone to nothing and successfully moved on with their lives. Even people that are over 40, 50 years old that did it. So the bottom line, the point of this video is that if you're going to do this, in my opinion, not medical advice, in my opinion, start with a taper. All right? Start with a taper with your medical doctor. Ask your medical doctor for a taper program. If that's not possible, keeping things, keeping it real, cold turkey is what you're gonna have to do. But I always recommend start off with a taper. All right, so that's my opinion on the matter. And the reason I did a video on it today alone, okay, I was asked that particular question over 25 times. So I figured if I'm going to redo videos, this is a video that needs to be redone like right now. And it's not like I'm complaining, because I talk to people every day. I enjoy it. And I was talking to a guy today who was apologizing for taking my time. And I don't like that. That's why my phone number is out there. That's why I answer the phone. That's why I talk to people. Because I enjoy talking with people. Yes, a lot of the conversations are dreadful for the person that's on the other end. But I've been through this so many times with people that you would think, all right, man, that's so depressing. It's not depressing to me. This is a very real issue, a very exciting issue for people. Because when you feel the way you feel like crap, and you're talking to me, I know for the most part, if you reach out to me, you really want to get clean. And that excites me. So when I hear the dreadful, the tone, I know it's only going to get better from that point. So I don't look at it like that. But to get back to what he was saying, he was apologizing for taking my time. And I sit and, like, thank God that I'm not doing marine construction anymore, because it was so much harder to field calls and text messages and everything. I had to do everything at night. So during the day when I was running the machine, like I couldn't answer the phone. I mean, I'm running the machine. I got safety issues. I'm on a barge. I can't, I don't want to kill anybody. And now I get to sit at my desk. I mean, I work out a lot now, a lot more. So I spend some time working out, but then it's right to work. I get to the desk and my phone's there, and I get to answer the phone, talk on the phone while I'm working. Because a lot of my work is just, it's going through the motions. I know what I'm doing. I don't really have to think much. So I'm able to do so much more now. than I was able to before. So if we speak on the phone, you know, please don't apologize for taking my time, because you're not. And I understand where you're coming from, because when I was in active use, and you know, I was going through withdrawals, and I finally got to Salvation Army. So many of the guys there, they were in stage 3, so they were able to go out to Manhattan, like go walk around, go to Times Square, you know, hang out, and they didn't. They were hanging out with me on a Friday night, sitting in the men's lounge, you know, playing dominoes or whatever, but talking with me, explaining to me what the hell was wrong with me. And that had a huge impact on me. All right, I'm going to end the video here, but never apologize. All right, so if you'd like to, I'm going to get back to stories. So if you'd like to share your story, you can email me at ryan@compsport.com. In the subject line, put YouTube story, my story. Let me know if you want to use your first or last name or stay anonymous. Continue watching, leave some comments, and enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks.